All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Machakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Back again with some news here. Okay, and hey, man, these prophecies are definitely coming into fruition, man. And here it is. This is so much happening that you can barely keep up with it. You know, you can barely keep up with it, man. And you know we in the last days, okay, because you have all these signs. All right, here it is. You had an earthquake again that hit today. All right, there was one that hit yesterday, and when these earthquakes hit, they hit in different locations. You know, just as the scripture said. All right, and now you have pestilence in diverse places. You have pestilence, or basically all over the world. This coronavirus is basically a pandemic. Now, we told you, man, because a while back the stock market was doing so good. You know, it was doing so great. Oh, breaking record highs, crossed over to the new this, the new that, the new this. All right, and we told you that it wasn't gonna last. Okay, it wasn't gonna last. And now, as you can see, it says here, and this was today. Now, this is that show you how quick the Lord can work. All right. We talk about Jacob's trouble. Don't think that it takes the Lord 3 years just to no. He can flip everything just like that. Just like you have a state of emergency in Italy, where their shelves are basically empty, man. Okay, their shelves for the water and necessary resources are gone. All right, you can look it up. Okay, because of what? Because of this coronavirus. All right. So let me read this real quick. It says, panic mode on. Dow plunges 1,000+ points on mounting fears over coronavirus spreading. All right. And their fears are going to be a reality. This thing is going to keep going and keep going, man. All right. It says the U.S. markets continue to plunge on reports of increasing numbers of cases of the coronavirus being identified outside China. All right. Now, we keep saying this, man. When they start really putting the camera and the spotlight in America, all right, as to the cases rising and deaths rising, that's when you're gonna really see some stuff, man. Because of all the world, America has the most confused, the most medicated, and the most sick people, right, in here because they have been made a product of their environment, all right. And so once they're put in a position of difficulty, a position of uncomfortability, a position of their life or your life, these people are going to turn into animals straight up. All right. They already want to kill you over the light turns green and in 0.000.2 seconds, they already blown the horn at you. People trying to kill each other over a parking spot. So what do you think is going to happen, especially in the hoods and the ghettos when this because the virus is already out. Man, don't be in denial. All right, don't be ignorant. The virus is already out, and it's roaming about here in the U.S. They just haven't come out and clearly said it. All right, so just read a little bit. It says the Dow Jones dropped more than 1,000 points, 3.7% on Monday, while the S&P dropped 3.5%. And the Nasdaq index lost as much as 4%. Now you got to keep in mind, right? When you're seeing these numbers, they're saying 3%, 2%, 4%. It might not sound like a lot, but think about this: if you, all right, were getting paid 1% of everybody's paycheck in your neighborhood, all right, that's a lot of money because it adds up. Now imagine getting 1% of everybody in New York's paycheck, or 1% of everybody in the United States paycheck, or 1% of everybody in the world's paycheck. You get a lot of money. Now those 1%, if you take that 1% on a world scale, it's a lot. So yeah, they sound like small numbers, but it's not just 1% of one individual. No, it's a collective combination of different countries. All right. So it says investors are increasingly worried about the economic impact of the coronavirus outbreak as more countries took measures to curb its spread over the weekend. And they might come out and try different methods to try and quote unquote save the economy and try to flip the tides, turn the tide, so to speak. But at the end of the day, this thing is gonna happen, man. This place is going down, and it is a part of their plan. These elites are having a controlled crash, okay? Because they don't want to just completely just drop everything because they might lose control. So they want a controlled crash, all right, where they control the disaster that happens, and in turn they are able to renovate it, all right, into their new order. They're able to mold, all right, the world into their agenda, okay. And so that's why they have so many different test runs to see what will be the best way that we can hit all these targets at once, all right, and still cover our backs. We can't just crash the economy. We need a reason. We can't just quarantine people or send them to concentration camps. We need a reason. How can we cause chaos so we can declare martial law? What can we do to accomplish all these different things? Then they use their silent weapons where they shoot situations and scenarios at you, see how the people react, okay? And then they build better weapons, okay? And then ultimately they say, okay, now this is the route that the Most High has selected them to go with, and this is the route. That's what it looks like, okay? But this is how the Most High is going to do it if he so pleases. It says South Korea reported 161 new cases of the infection on Monday, and when Slovakia. Okay, I think it's back now. Let me see. I hope the feed isn't like yeah, it looks like it's really slowing down. Let me see. All right, let me do this right here then. Let me stop this. Close this right here. I'm not sure if it's still. It looks like it's still breaking up, which really is just Satan at the end of the day. But it's still. Can you just let me know in the comment board if it's still doing the lag, if it's still buffering, if you guys can hear me. Yeah, nah, it looks like it is. When the voice sounds robotic, that means they're trying to hack. That means they're trying to hack. You know what? I'm gonna end the stream and I'm gonna start it up again. All right, Lord willing, that'll stop this lag. Let me see.